The finest comic on Miami Beach today, ladies and gentlemen. So here he is, the very great Mr. Don Sebastian. Come on, let's hear it.
I'm in a very, very relaxed mood. I really am. I'm so relaxed, I want to go to sleep. It's unreal. I'm really, I guess I'm getting a letdown from the vacation, you know. It's like, there was a lot of tension, and I was sick pretty good. I was in Russia. I got the damn diarrhea in Russia. Every place I go, I get diarrhea. It don't make no sense. I don't mean it. The only place I didn't get it in Mexico, and everybody gets it in Mexico. I don't. This is true. In Mexico, I brought my own water. That's fucking good. I got it. That's true. It's true. All my friends, I brought the water. All my friends are going, you know, they made me open the suitcases, customs, you know. They made me open the suitcase. Oh, look at that, my friends are going, they got the water. He brought his own water. Look at that stupid son of a bitch. He brought the water. But they were shitting. I wasn't. I'm an aqueduct with my old man. I give the old man the 50. I always give him, you know, after all, you know, he's broke. You know. The last time, I never forget, he's such a sneaky guy, my father. I give him the 50 over here. We went to Calder's race course. I give him the 50. I went to the window. I bet. He only bet once, $2. He didn't go to the window once more. Not even once. When we come out, I said, how'd you do, Pa? He said, I wearing a 48. We never lose. Got a hell of a day. He always has a good day with me. Now we're at the race. Now we're at the racetrack. Listen to this. We're at the racetrack. And about the third race, I'm losing. But I don't care. I'm on my vacation. I got the money in my pocket, you know. All at one time it happens. That happens to me pretty good lately. And I'm very happy that people recognize, you know. But sometimes you want to be left alone. I don't mind saying hello to a guy, but when a guy makes a pain in the ass out of himself. Like this guy come over to me and give me this. You know, he says, I know you. You're the guy from Miami Beach, right? Right? Don Sebastian, right? I says, yeah. Hey, what are you doing up here? I said, I'm on vacation, right? Oh, I said, you having a good time? I said, terrific, right? Now he says to me, how you doing? Well, I said, I ain't laughing. I'm losing. What do you think I'm doing? Now, this is when he starts to bug me. He says, hey, see, all you guys are the same. You come to the track, you want to make a bundle of money, you buy the form. How the hell are you ever going to learn to pick any winners from the form? They don't give you the right information. So I said, what do you suggest I do? Play names like the women do? Because women will drive you crazy. They go to the track, they see a horse, Laughing Tony. Oh, I got an uncle named Tony. $73 he pays, man, and I jam his head. I said, I ain't gonna do that. He said, why don't you play numbers then? I said, what numbers I gotta play? He says, play your license plate numbers. I got my car with me. He said, play your social security number. I said, how you gonna bet O? That's my first number, O. Yeah. Well, I've been around a while. What can I tell you? So he said, all right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make you a deal. If I make you win, we'll go partners. Me and guys, I'm never gonna get rid of this guy, right? I said, what is it? You know, the race is going to start in any minute. I ain't even handicapped my races yet, you know. So he said, I'll tell you what I'll do. You go $1 a piece, and we'll bet anything. Anything at all. All right, tell you what. See the buttons in your jacket? I see, yeah. He said, how many you got? I said, I got 3 here and 3 on the other side. We'll play 6. $1 a piece, we'll play 6. And the guy says, here's the dollar. I hope to God he runs away with it. You know? Now, he come back. Some bitch come back. You laughing, huh? My horse lost 6-1, 14-8. 14-8. I said to him, what the hell is going on with this guy? He says, all right, you want to put another $2? I said, no, bet the whole thing. What the hell? You're good, right? What do you want to bet now? He said, how many buttons you got on your vest? I said, I got 5. He said, let's put the whole thing on the 5. I said, why not? I think he'd run away again, right? He came back with 7 tickets, $168. Yeah, I took the goddamn form, I threw it away. He says, you got the right idea, kid. What are we going to bet now? I ain't got no more buttons, I got a zipper, you know. He says, well, how long is your thing, you know? How much you got, right? So we bet 9.
That's your best bet.
3-1. I would have won 2. But I gotta tell you, this is unreal. I had a hell of a time in New York. I only heard a couple of stories. I didn't hear too many great stories, I'll tell you the truth. Because I don't know what it is. When I left, I had a whole slew of new ones, you know? Like last night, I heard the 2 stories I told you, right? Now I heard one about a Jewish couple in the community center. This is cute, you know? In the old, 65 and up, they go to these community centers, you know? And the guy goes over and asks this woman, a Jewish couple, says, could I have this dance with you? Could I have the pleasure? Mm-hmm. She says, certainly. She gets up, he pulls the chair out, and they dance at arm's length, no touching, nothing, What a gentleman. Perfect. She comes back, he pushes the seat underneath. He says, maybe you would like some refreshment, a glaze of tea, or something. She says, thank you very much. I'll have a little bit of punch. A punch, yes. Like a very good punch over there. Now what happens is, because now for almost 6 months, these two are really getting together. Finally, one day, pops the question. She said, Sarah, I'm independently wealthy, and I wouldn't mind giving up my Social Security. If you would marry me, it would make me the happiest man in the world. She says, well, you're a nice person, and I care a lot for you, but there's one thing we never discuss. He says, what's that? She says, sex. He says, what's to talk about? She says, well, if we were married, how many times would you expect, He says, well, to tell you the truth, infrequently. She says, is that 1 word or 2? Let it lay on you. I love Jewish dialect series. 2 Jews on the Titanic. The boat is sinking. One is on his knees crying. The other one says, what are you crying for? It in your boat? Jewish couple goes to the zoo. She gets too close to the gorilla's cage. The gorilla grabs her right by the booby. She's screaming, Herschel, Herschel, what should I do? She's telling him you got a migraine. The guy gets a divorce, and for years he has to contribute child support to his son. $50 a week for about 15 years. He finally can't take him on his 18th birthday, thanks to his son. He says, here's the last $50. Give to your mother. Tell her this is the last dime she's getting from me, and watch the expression on her face. Kid don't know nothing. He goes home, he says, Ma, Dad gave me the last 50, told me to give it to you, and you're not going to get another penny, he said, and I was to watch the expression on your face when I told you that. She says, well, you go back and tell him he ain't your father, and watch the expression on his face. You like that, right? Oh, I got one that's really cute, but it takes a long time to tell. Grandmothers are grandmothers, you know. And a grandmother, there's nothing else but they only live to spoil the grandchildren, right? This woman calls up her son. She says, I would like to have my grandson for the weekend, if it is at all possible. The son says, Ma, the last time you took this kid, my wife got a nervous breakdown. She couldn't control this kid. He was a wild man. All because you spoiled the hell out of him. Mom, I don't see how I can do it. My wife won't let me do it. She says, you would deny your mother. You would deny a grandmother, all right. God forbid I should drop dead. It would lie heavy in your heart. You says, Ma, stop the shit. Take the kid. I don't want to hear it. Go ahead. Take him. I can't. Well, what does she do? She does what every grandmother does. She spoils him. She takes him to the beach. She buys him a foot-long hot dog, a hat with a propeller on top, a big propeller, and the wind is blowing it around, you know. And they're walking along the beach, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a big wave comes, swallows the kid right out of her hand. Gone. She says, oh, my God. What the hell I'm going to tell my son? Oi, please, God. Bring back my grandson. I would never talk about another person as long as I live. Please, God, I would never be a Yenta again, please. And just like that, a wave comes, and there's the kid laying there. She says, thank you, God. Thank you very much, God, but he's not breathing. God, please, give back the breath to my grandson. I would never ask you another favor as long as I live. Please, God. And just like that, the kid's spitting up water. She says, thank you, God. She says, where's the hat? What can I tell you? And of course, my favorite of all the Jewish dialects, and there's many great old ones. I love the old ones, like the little Jewish. What is it? What do you want to say? Let her talk. Go ahead. We'll get to you. Don't worry about it. We'll get to you. What's your hurry? Wait a minute. We'll get to everybody. What's your hurry? Goddamn Puerto Ricans, I'm telling you. I'm only kidding. We'll get to everybody. Well, you want me to get... You know, it's a funny thing. You see, it only proves a point. It only proves a point. That if I don't pick on people, they get mad. If I do, they love it, right? Which is what I do in the whole act, talk about all the nationalities. Now, we happen to be talking about the Jewish. I'll tell an Irish story, then we'll get to the Italian, so nobody gets offended, okay? Now, here you go. Here's the story of two Jewish ladies, 75 years old, and it's a beautiful story. On the beach, low tide, First Street and Ocean Drive, 6 inches of water. They're hanging onto the rope. How are they going to drown? They got asses this wide and that high. Even if they should fall face forward with the boobies they got, they need another 6 inches of water. Can they? They're hanging onto the rope. They're going, hey, it's a vachaya. Such a pleasure. They come out of the water. Come out of the water. She reaches into a bathing suit, which is a dyed black parachute. Reaches in, takes out a cigarette, takes out a match, and they're both wet. She says, see what happens? Happens to me every damn time I come to the ocean. The cigarette's a vet, the match is a vet. Takes away me the whole goddamn pleasure. Just then, out of the water comes a beautiful girl with a little bikini top. Takes out a cigarette, takes out a match, lights up, starts to smoke. She says, what the hell is that, a magician or something? She says, Bubby, come here, Bubbler. Where the hell you learn a trick like that? The girl says, it's no trick at all. When I go to the beach and I want to smoke, I take a cigarette and a match, I put it in a prophylactic, put it in my bra, and it stays dry. She says, what the hell is that? She says, they sell them in a drugstore. Next morning, picture the scene. You're right. Two broads, 75 years old, walked into the drugstore with the Miami Beach shopping bag, with the straw hat, sunburn oil all over the body. Walk in, and bold as brass, she says, young man, I would like to have 2 prophylactics. Smart ass, who's about 25, says, what size? She says, you know, for camel. All right. You gotta do some... Do you mind if I do one more before I get to the Irish? Not a Jewish one. This is the cute one, but it fits perfect. A couple gets married. First night in their honeymoon, right? The guy's a little retarded, a little slow. Well, he got married. He had to be, didn't he? Funny kid, no. She's all ready with the negligee and everything, and she says to him, okay, where are they? Huh? She says, where are they? What? She says, the prophylactics. I don't know. Well, she says, go down in the hotel drugstore and get some. He goes downstairs, he comes up 10 minutes later. She says, did you get him? What? She says, the prophylactics. Oh, shit, I forgot how to say it. She says, go downstairs and tell the guy you want some rubbers. He goes down, he comes up 20 minutes later, 2 galoshes. She says, what's wrong with you? Go downstairs, put $5 on the counter, open your zipper, take it out. The guy know what you want. Because downstairs, comes up 20 minutes later. Says, did you get him? No. So why not? Why did I do what you told me to do? I went down, I put the 5 in the counter, opened the zipper, put it in the counter. He put down 5, took this out. His was big. He won. What do you want? This is great. Oh, I got to do an Irish story. My God, what a night. I got to tell you this. This is a beautiful story. It's clean, but it's very cute. Pat is working in the brewery. Naturally, Pat is Irish. He's working in the brewery, and he falls up the scaffolding into the 10,000 gallons of beer, and he drowns. Now, somebody's got to tell his wife, right? Mike goes over, he says, I'll break the news to the poor woman, you know. He says, Mary, I don't know how to tell you this here, but your poor husband, Pat, was working on the scaffolding when he fell into the 10,000 gallons of beer, and he drowned. Oh, she says, the poor dear, he never had a chance, did he? Well, he says, I wouldn't say that. He did get out twice to relieve himself. Now, if you want to get a little stronger, 1 o'clock in the morning, Pat is standing on the corner screaming to the top of his voice, somebody stole me car! Somebody stole me car! And the cop come over, he says, where was it? It's on the end of me key. Well, the cop said, we better get down the station, let's make out a report, but before we do, you better close up your fly. He says, safe be praised, they stoned me girl, too. There's Pat and Mike looking for the church. It's Sunday morning. They've been out on the town all weekend, but they've been brought up to perform their religious obligations. They run across the Mount Sinai Hospital. In their condition, they've been drinking all weekend. Anything looks like anything to them. He looks up, Pat says, this looks like the church. Mike says, I don't think so. He said, let's go inside and find out. Just the sight of these two guys walking up the front steps. So petrified this nurse, she remained frozen to the spot with a bedpan in her hand. Pat says, see, I told you it's the Catholic Church. There's the holy water. He reaches in and starts to give it this. Is you're right, I don't think it's the Catholic Church. I think it's Episcopalian. I got one I don't tell too often. This one goes back to my first album, which is not released anymore. That's it. That's the end of that one. Because it was a little out of date, but this is a beautiful story. Pat is on the church steps Sunday morning, bombed out of his skull, and here comes Father Murphy. He says, Pat, I don't know what the devil I'm going to do with you, man. The congregation will be coming by. Your poor wife Mary's going to be with the group. You know she's going to be embarrassed. What the hell's wrong with you, man? He says, Father, I only came here to ask you a question. He says, and what can that question be? He says, how does a fella get lumbago? Well, the father says, that's a ridiculous question, and I'm going to give him a ridiculous answer. Not only that, I'm going to scare the hell out of him. He says, I'll tell you how a fella gets lumbago. That comes from laying around the cold floors, boozing it up, staying out all night, and going out with strange women. Why did you ask? He said, I read in the paper the Pope has got it. The classic. That's an oldie goldie. Now here's another oldie goldie, which I think this is a fantastic story. Now here's another oldie goldie, which I think this is a fantastic story. Now, one of the real oldie goldies. The girl goes into confession. She says, Father, I haven't been to church in the past 6 months, and I have been unable to attend confession. Oh, she says, that's quite serious. She says, what have you been doing? Well, she says, I'm an entertainer, and I've been with the USO troupe, entertaining the troops overseas, and I haven't had any chances. He says, what do you do? She says, I'm an acrobat. She says, wait, Father, put your head out of the confessional, and I'll do a few gyrations for you. She gets out there, she starts to somersault. She starts to do cartwheels. She ends up walking on the edges of the pews on both hands, upside down. Who comes in? Mrs. Murphy and Mrs. O'Toole. Mrs. O'Toole, she says, would you look at what the Father's giving out for penance, and me with no drawers on. We get everybody, don't worry about it. He walks into the diner at 3 o'clock in the morning. He says, let me have 2 scrambled eggs. And the waitress says, 2 eggs scrambled. The chef says, come here. What are you taking an order now for? We're going to close up any minute. Besides, I don't have 2 eggs. All I got is 1 egg. Well, she's just throwing anything. You don't know nothing. He's gone. He says, what the hell am I going to throw in? Well, I got some Limburger cheese left over. When she says, throwing a Limburger, you don't know. They make him an omelet and they serve this guy. Now he eats, he's got to pay the check, right? He walks up to the waitress, he says, hey, lady, where the hell do you get your eggs from? Oh, she says, we have a hen house out back. She says, yeah? Do you have a rooster? She says, no, why? Well, you better get one, because there's a skunk screwing your chickens. And you wanted to write those stories. There we are. As for the Italian stories, hey, that's my pleasure. I got an Italian story that I translated in English, and just as well, it's just as enjoyable. Picture the scene is Brooklyn, New York. Way back, I guess, about 25 years ago. Sitting on the sidewalk, 2 Italian guys playing cards, a briscola, you know the game? There's an accident across the street. A guy gets his head cut off. Comes rolling across the street, jumps the curb, lands in front of 2 guys playing cards. One guy looks down, he says, ah, so. That means golly gee. I'm translating, you know. It says, mi pare che Don Vincenzo. It looks like Mr. Vincent. Yet again looks over, says, yeah, Chassimicchi, it does look like him. Ma non sono sicuro, I'm not sure. He said, why don't we take it down to the barber shop? He cuts his hair, we ought to know the guy. They grab the head and off they go. Walk into the barber shop and says, oh, who got no shakis? You know this guy? Barber says, yeah, mi pare che Don Vincenzo. Looks like Mr. Vince. But it couldn't be him. He was taller. What could I tell you?
Keep rolling, baby. You're doing good.
He loves that. You sound like a movie producer. Keep rolling, baby. You're doing good. All right, up there. I love Italian stories. I'll tell you, some of them are cute. The only thing that gets me a little bit now, if you notice something lately, have you noticed it? God, I'm very proud of the fact, too. I'll tell you that. You look in the newspaper, there's not one mention of the mafia anymore. And the Italians being mafioso. Well, of course, not that there's no such thing as the mafia. Just a few Italian guys getting together, trying to tell people how to do things right, you know. Isn't that something, eh? They got to worry about the mafia. What do we have? A few gas stations, a couple of hookers, you know. Am I right? What the hell? A few gas stations, we hold them up now and then, right? These son of a bitch, we're going to steal the whole country. You see what happened at Watergate? And I want to go on record and say proudly that one Italian, not one Italian was involved. And if there would have have been no witnesses. We'd have sold so much concrete they would have thought construction was on the uprise. Always with the Italian people, I want you to know something, ladies and gentlemen. My father, my father's wonderful Italian. Oh, I love my father. He's a terrific guy. You know, mix the wine, got the basilico going in the yard. You know basilico. That's basil. I think it's Italian pot. You always got to be 100 years. They get stoned on that shit. The old Italian one, they put in the boobies. The basilico. There's right guard and arrow. Can't get through the hair under the eye. But my old man, when I talk about my father, my pride and joy, drove down here, 2.5 months my mother and father were here. My father drove down with the 46 Hudson. 5 days we had the highways clear. He don't see too good, he don't hear at all. He makes left turns where there ain't no left turns. He's the only guy in history to make a U-turn in the Holland Tunnel and get his money back. He drove down here, he brought me 1 case of Glundadina tomato paste, 1 case of red packed tomatoes, 1 case of Paramount macaroni, and 10 pounds of Locatelli cheese. You ever drive a car 5 days with 10 pounds of Locatelli cheese in the trunk? You don't have to start your shirts, they strip them up by themselves. But I want to tell you, I tell my father these jokes, he laughs, he enjoys the Italian jokes, like the Italian that went to the airport, he says, "Scusi, how long does it take to get from here to Italy?" The girl says, "Just a minute, sir." He says, "Thank you very much." Well, a little Italian guy that went to the airport, he said, "I would like to have a round-the-trip ticket." The girl says, "To where?" He says, "To here." I gotta tell you a stupid one. This is cute, but it's stupid. A little Italian guy goes to the bank to borrow some money, see? He wants to put an extension on his house. What the hell is going on? They're analyzing the jokes over, right? So he wants to put an extension on his house. He walks to the bank. He says to the girl, "I would like to borrow some money because I want to put a extension on my house." Well, the girl says, "The man that handles that department, the loan arranger, isn't here." He says, "That's okay. I talk at the tanto." Lone Ranger Thompson. Get out of here. I thought you was stupid. Here's one that's, I love this one. The Italian guy goes to the airport, I like to go to Italy. How much is it going to cost me? The girl says, $600. He says, "I only got a $599.95. Please, lady, you lend me 5 cents, please?" She says, "I can't lend everybody that walks into the airport money. I'll be working for nothing." Now the poor guy's walking around the airport. "Excuse me, lend me 5 cents, please. Please lend me 5 cents, please. Please lend me 5 cents." Guy says, "Yeah, I'll lend you a nickel. What do you want it for?" He says, "I need 5 cents to go to Italy." Well, the guy says, "In that case, there's a dime. Take another guinea with you." Shut up, you Pollock. You know why Pollock's candy pickles can't get their head in the jar? You heard about the 2 Pollocks driving the truck down the hill, one stepped on the brake, there's no brake. The other one's, "Don't worry, there's a stop sign on the bottom of the hill." How about the Polish woman that threw away a diaphragm when she heard her husband bought a condominium? You seen the condominiums, they're floating on the ocean water. When you was a kid, your mother used to say, "Don't touch the jellyfish!" Hey, I heard a new Polish story. I gotta tell you, this is cute. About the Polacks that went hunting, they drove up to the mountains, and they saw a sign that says "bear left," so they went home. Yeah, about the... All right. Oh, well, we get everybody. Don't worry about it. Heard about the 2 Polacks talking, and one Polack says, "I wonder if everybody likes us." He says, "I'll go down and I'll ask him." He goes down, he comes back. The guy says, how do they think about us? Well, he said, "We're still number 1. I like to kid around with those. I don't get mad at those Italians. I think they're cute and I think they're very funny. But I tell him to my dad, he laughs. You know, my son is the one that I got a son. Hey, I could kill him. The 16-year-old, the funny one, comes in and says, "Hey, Dad, you know why Italy's shaped like a boot? Because you can't put that much shit in a sneaker." But I tell you something, it was great. When my dad was here, I was kidding around with him, telling him these jokes. And he's got a hell of a sense of humor. He's a wonderful little guy. He drives my mother's different. My mother's a very serious type person. My mother's the kind that's always looking to save a nickel. Unbelievable. You think I'm talking about the sandwiches she gave me to go to Russia? She come over to my house driving us crazy. She's shutting all the lights out. Soon as about 8 o'clock, she starts turning out lights. I was in the toilet. She came in, she turned out the lights. I said, "Ma, what the hell are you doing?" She said, "You're sitting down. You can't miss." My kids drive me crazy. You know what it is. You got kids. They're all the same. Do they ever turn out the lights? 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and some of the bitches are going blind. I'm telling you, this don't lie. My mother, when I was a kid, we never had this trouble, right? You know why? We had this string in the middle of the ceiling. As I grew taller, my father cut it short. You can't reach it, you can't turn it on. You know what happened to me about a week ago? Let me tell you what happened. About a week and a half ago, I go in the kitchen drawer. You know the junk drawer you got in the kitchen? Yeah, don't be high class with me, lady. You got one too. You know what you got in that drawer? You got a 5 cents off on coffee. You don't ever buy that brand, but you're saving the coupon anyway. Also in that drawer, you got a warranty on a Mixmaster or a blender somebody bought you for Christmas 10 years ago. And if it breaks down, you got a bullshit and you bought it 2 weeks ago and fill out the card. Right. Also in that drawer, you got an extension cord that don't work. But you don't want to throw it out because it's wrapped up in the string from the bakery. Also in that drawer, you got a scissor that don't cut nothing no more. Because your kids have been cutting cardboard with it, right? Also in that drawer, you got a fuse that don't work. But you don't know what the hell, whether it works or not, you save it, right? In that drawer, you got a cockroach tablet. In case a cockroach should go in there and eat up that coupon or something else. Because cockroaches don't go in that drawer. They go where the food is. They don't go in that drawer. You ever seen the Florida cockroaches? They're not cockroaches. They're palmetto bugs. They're full of shit. They're cockroaches. Right? You ever step on 3 of those at one time, you think you're a flamenco dancer. Snap, crackle, and pop. Also in that drawer, you have green stamps, blue stamps, triple S stamps. Not too many of them, maybe 2 or 3 of them. I don't know why you're saving them, because you would never lick them anyway. They're so dirty in the back. You have in there a roll of Scotch tape, a roll of black tape, and neither one of them is any damn good. Also in that drawer, you got a bottle of glue that somebody left open, and the whole drawer is glued together. And also in that drawer, you got a pair of pliers and a screwdriver, right? Which are never there when you need them. So I go in the drawer, and I'm looking for the pliers. So I said to my son, Kaka, the big one. Big shit, you know. I says, "Hey, Kaka, where's the pliers?" I don't know. I asked my son John, the one I named after the toilet. I says, "Where's the pliers?" I don't know. Then I asked my daughter, Godzilla. I got a daughter, 15 years old. When she comes in the house, we don't have to look up to see who it is. You can just hear her. 5'9½", 155 pounds, 38 boobs. Plays football with the boys. Wants to know why they tackle her when she ain't got the ball. I don't want but that when they stay on too long, then you come and tell me. You're laughing, huh? It drives me crazy. I said, "Hey, where's Godzilla? Where's the pliers?" I don't know. Then I asked my wife, sweet one. I said, "Where's the pliers?" "What the hell do I know about your goddamn pliers? You think I got nothing to do around this standing bitch in the house but to look for your goddamn pliers?" Got a little back home, huh? So I said to myself, somebody snuck into the house when we were sleeping and stole them goddamn pliers. the screwdriver to the bank, put it in the safety deposit box. Ain't gonna get that son of a bitch, I'll tell you that. Drive you crazy, they drive you crazy, these kids today. It's unbelievable what I'm telling you. My daughter, the 15-year-old Godzilla, come home the other day. She had a test in school for venereal disease. I don't mean a blood test, a written exam. We don't even utter the word in my house. She comes in, she's Dad, we had a test for venereal disease. What? What? Bite your tongue when you say that. What kind of a test? She's a written examination. I said, how'd you do? She's like, failed. Thank God. I said, what was some of the questions they asked her? And here's what I want to show you, where this kid don't know nothing. She's, one of the questions was, what can we do to help stamp out venereal disease? I said, what'd you answer? She said, kill all the flies. And all the study, and all this emphasis on sex, and yet, when you go home, what do you hear from your old lady? Huh? I'm bothering you, I'm tired. You know what I tell her? Who the hell asked you to move? You never did before. And if you did, I won't recognize you. One day she moved. I thought I woke her. I got a headache. What does that got to do with it? You ain't even close to what I'm thinking about. My back hurts. Now you're getting close. You had it last week. What is this, a bowling tournament? I gotta keep score. Not now when it's daylight. Close your eye. When I'll ask you to look, I never look myself. I can't stand the sight of the dick thing. No, the dog is looking. What's she gonna tell him? That a dog? Are you ever a pain in the ass? Hey, no, but do it right. I don't know. I never had this trouble before we were married. I want to tell you something. Man, don't kiss me. My wife gives me, you're not romantic. I'm not romantic. Hey, I bring her flowers even though she's still living. Yeah. What did you say? What'd you do now? I didn't do nothing. You must have done something wrong. Yeah, I did something wrong. I brought you the goddamn flowers. That's what I did wrong. Next time I felt romantic when I brought her seeds. Plant the son of a bitch is yours. Only up, we got some nice cucumbers coming up now, right? I love that. You know, it's not easy for a guy like me. You know, I work nights. I get home maybe 3 in the morning if I don't get lucky, you know. I ain't walking the house. That's my old lady like the Apache Indians staked her out. Why'd you wake me up for that? No, I thought we'd play hockey. When I play Monopoly, I trade the boardwalk for a piece of air. I'm never romantic, I take her in my arms, I bite her on the neck, you know. Well, I don't put my tongue in her ear, it gives her fungus. I said, what do you say, sweetheart, huh? Hurry up, I gotta get up early tomorrow. Hey, what are you doing? They give me this one. Oh, all right. Doesn't that make you feel terrific, huh? He says, move your head, I can't see the television. Don Sebastian, come on, let's hear it. Great, fabulous comedy star.